Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm Brennan Lee. And in this video, I want to talk to you about considering getting rid of unwanted thoughts. Now, this came from a question, somebody out there, a concerned citizen, somebody was curious. There's a curiosity. I have a quick question regarding contemplating why I want people to approve of me in many ways. A lot of my thought processes go around this, imagining myself being smart, heroic, or cool in front of people. So how to phrase the question, really try to get to it. And would you recommend to try to avoid not dropping every thought related to that if I want to get rid of it? What will be enough? Will that be enough in the end? Hope it's all right that I write you here. Thank you. Unclear, but I think I have the sense of where it is you want to go or what it is you're considering. And it's like, okay, I've got this thing going on where I am constantly trying to imagine myself be smarter than others or heroic or something like that. And like that's this constant thing. Now, and then you might identify this thing as something that you want to get rid of. And then you're like, how do I get rid of it? And I want to drop everything. Well, the quick version, that's a possibility. It's not a likelihood, perhaps, but a possibility is stop doing that. The whole activity, stop, just cut it out. You try that first. You might as well try that first because if it works and you can suddenly just turn all that off, stop doing it, good, then you're done. Take 5 seconds, take 2 seconds, fuck it, take a second. Go ahead, try that now. You got something unwanted in your life, this unwanted way that you are, cut it out now. Okay? Boom, done. Now, that may not work. Don't rule it out though. You can try it, okay? There's no rules here in this case, like that. Then you do notice an activity. Now, so some things, basically, you should watch my previous video on bottom line contemplation and then use that in your working with what you have going on. And consider that when you recognize something is going on in yourself, one, you recognize something. There's like in your experience, there's the you part, somehow recognizing something that you do that you don't like or thought patterns that you have. That's what you recognize. And I want you to notice that or consider that the thought patterns don't arise on their own. What you recognize doesn't arise on their own, and I thought of what I think is a great metaphor. Damn it, I always get this wrong or confused. Metaphor or analogy. If you're there and you know metaphors and analogy, hit me in the comments again. This is my invitation for you to write me in the comments about metaphor versus analogy. And I'll go look it up. So in either case, metaphor or analogy, you tell me. Where when you, for example, when you watch a movie, right? Think about this. You see the movie. Now, if you were to zoom out, and see the reality of the movie, you would see the actors, then you would see all the support staff, then you would see that it's actually a movie set. You're not actually looking at anything. You see, like right here, you see the movie, but you don't see the camera, you don't see the lights, you don't see the microphone and stuff and my computer and all this other shit. You see, I've arranged the background to look a specific way for you because I think that's what's going to impact you in the way that I want to impact you, blah, 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 right? You don't see all that shit. All you see is this. So then in a similar way, in your experience, what you recognize in your experience is what you recognize. It's not the whole story. And so this activity that you're speaking about, like imagining yourself as heroic and that's arising in your experience. That's what you see. And you also have a resistance to that stuff as well because you say, I don't like this. So not only do you have stuff that you do that you say probably can't or don't seem to have any control over, otherwise you would just stop doing it. See, it's automatic. You can notice that. It automatically happens and you can't stop it. So then you write me some stuff like, how do I stop this, basically? Which, as far as I can tell, boils down to like, how do I feel better? Or how do I free myself from this thing that I don't like? But anyway, notice that. And you got shit you don't like. You got shit you do. thoughts you think, and then you also have a resistance to those. I don't like those. I want to get rid of those. Notice that both of those are there. And right away, and this is very counterintuitive and not necessarily easy, but do it anyway. You're invited. Stop not liking that about you. Like those aspects, or what I mean by love them. You got aspects of yourself that you notice you don't like them? Like them. Love them. Fully accept them. Fully accept yourself as you are. You want to transform? Try that on for size. Every single part. Even the deep, dark shit that you don't want to share, or you're afraid to share. Maybe some people are afraid to share that because if they see it, oh boy, that would just be terrible, yeah? Try loving that. Try loving your deepest parts. Now, one thing that is possible to do, and it is possible for a human being to hide aspects of themselves from themselves. The same way that you hide where you're really doing that stuff from your own experience. You're not aware of the place where you are doing the real source of the activity that you say you don't like, right? So now about your question, trying to remember back, something like, well, would you recommend dropping the thoughts? Well, some things you can do is notice the thoughts and then question, what is it that you're not aware of about those thoughts? Which is, we're working toward the bottom, what we calling bottom line contemplation, which is digging into, let the thoughts be there and question their source. What's the real source of those thoughts? What way are you being such that those thoughts are necessary? And I would also invite you, based on your message, to question the fact that you think it's wrong. If you do, which I think you do. You think there's something wrong with you for having those thoughts. I would question that. Who said that because you're imagining yourself as a hero or smarter than everybody or whatever, and you're running these thoughts in your mind? Who says that's wrong? And why, if it is? And what way are you being such that you think you're wrong for doing it? And I want to invite you, if you want to start to make a change, to move in the direction of fully accepting yourself as you are, so that you can discover what way that is. Because I've noticed that if there is some way that I am, that I find undesirable, I am likely to hide it from myself. So I have to be willing to look into places that may be uncomfortable or scary or vulnerable, that like, if you're not used to being a vulnerable person, imagine having your heart wide open for everybody to see. Now, I'm not saying tell everybody everything that goes on in there. Maybe they don't care about that. But being so open, yikes. Especially if you're a closed off individual, might not be feeling good. However, it might allow you to start to reveal to your own self what you're doing and reveal to your own self how you are now. And then it seems you might have a much better chance of being able to transform that. Okay? So now some things this is another aside on your journey towards discovering what's going on with you so that you can cut it out, basically, because it sounds like you want to cut it out. Remember, don't resist it. Let yourself be there. Love yourself. What I mean is fully accept everything that's going on. And then question that the thoughts don't arise alone. So what's the missing link? And then something you can do is, if you're having trouble seeing things, like maybe things are just blank, or maybe you don't know where to go next, then what you can do is imagine yourself being completely free of this. You are completely free of this thing that you say you have going on. Imagine it strongly and notice what in your experience puts up a fight. Because something will resist that. Or, hey, you are absolutely okay as you are right now. Now, does something in you go, no, that's not true? There you go. There's some more work to do. Because that's a part of yourself that's like, that you're not okay. So there's like a disconnect. Yeah? You can take a look in there. All right. So that's what I have for you on that question. Thanks for texting me. I'm going to do my closing remarks. If you want to get a little more serious, check the links in the description. I got a free course, got a paid course. You want to kick some butt, do a workshop. They kick ass. If you want to really kick your own butt, do an apprenticeship, but that's only for very serious people. So if you're one of those, hey, that will kick your butt in all the right ways. Hey, drop me a comment in the comments section. This is some other stuff. And if you want to help this work spread, I am gathering a team of people together. I have not decided what to do yet, but I'm bringing people to me. So if you think that this work is worth it, I would like your help. So write to me, text me, email me. You know how to do these things. Hit me up. I'm around. Okay? Thank you very much. I'm Brendan Lee with theBrendanLee.com in support of Consciousness and Skill Worldwide, which was founded by Peter Ralston. Till next time, keep up the good work. Take care.